Hey everybody, it's Jackie from nourishyoursoulwellness.com. I am here today. I'm going to do a video tutorial on how to make a snowflake. So these snowflakes are something that I learned how to do late last year. I think it was only like a couple days before Christmas, so it was kind of late to actually start using them for this season. But they're good for all winter. They're snowflakes, so it's not really just Christmas specific decorations, so they're good to hang on your door. A lot of people that I work with at the nursing home hung them on their doors of their rooms. I started doing this as a craft with the seniors that I work with in the nursing home, and they love it. So it's a good craft to do with seniors. You can do it with kids. You can do it on your own time, just for something to do and some decorations that you maybe want to make. I did one last night, and I put it on my own door. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to make one. So what we're going to do is you need 6 pieces of paper. So it can be your basic white printing paper. I find printing paper works the best because it's not so soft like some construction paper is, where it can be easily ripped, and it's not as heavy and thick as like cardstock, where when you're because we have to twist it, it'll be hard for it to stay together. So printing paper tends to work the best. You can use any color you want, it doesn't really matter. And as we go on, I can show you how to do two-tone kind of snowflakes, things like that. So you just need 6 pieces of paper. I will explain why in a little bit. You need a pair of scissors, some tape, Scotch tape, and a stapler. That's all you need. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your piece of paper and you're going to take one corner, and we're going to make a triangle like this. So basically you want the bottom edge to fold along the side edge beside it. So just like that. The next step is we're going to cut off this extra rectangle piece up here. You're going to take your scissors. Voila. And then you're going to fold it again into a second triangle. Okay? So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut some slits into it. So the slits, you're going to start from the bottom on this folded piece here. You don't want the piece where it's the edges of the paper. You want the open part where it's folded. That's where you're going to cut. And you're going to cut diagonally towards the next edge, but you're not going to cut it all the way through. So this time we're going to do 6 cuts. Because so I'll show you this one. So as you can see, the 6 cuts make obviously more detail into the snowflake. If you're working with kids or maybe with seniors, I usually do 3 or 4 cuts just because it's a little bit easier. It makes them a little bit thicker, but it still looks really nice. So if the more detailed you want it, the more cuts you're going to put into it. I usually do 6 or 7. So we'll do 6. So you're going to cut it from the bottom. Don't cut it all the way through though. What I usually do for measuring is you'll do like 1 fingernail between each cut. Just don't cut your fingernail. And sometimes what happens when you get to the end, it starts getting wider and wider, but that's okay. Your cuts don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfectly the same length or anything, because you just won't notice when you get to this part, when you're done. You don't notice any imperfections or anything like that. So you're going to unfold it, just like this. And your next step is you're going to take your tape, and you're going to take the first two cuts right in the middle, right here, and you're going to tape them together. So I usually roll them. I don't tape them like this together. I roll it. I roll the piece that I don't have the tape on. I roll that in, and then I roll the other one around it. So it's like a little tube, just like this. So then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing to the next two pieces. So you're going to tape them together just like that. When it comes to these other pieces, like this piece is too small, but for these pieces, I like to roll the tape, roll the piece of tape up, put it on top of one piece, and then just fold the other one on top and stick them together. Just because, I mean, you can if you want, it doesn't really matter. You can stick the tape right on top of the two pieces, especially as you're starting to learn, but you can see the tape over top unless you want to spend some time cutting the tape so it's perfectly in line with the paper. I just find it's easier to roll it and put it underneath. Okay, and then you're going to flip it over again. Every time you tape, you're going to tape another two pieces together. You're going to flip the piece over because you want to alternate. So right on top. Okay, flip. So once you've done that, so you want to do this about 6 times. I would say the 6 minimum. I've tried doing it with 5 of these pieces, but I'll show you. So after you've done this 6 times, you're going to take all of your pieces, and I just line up the tips together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, line up all those tips. Sorry guys, but my phone died, so I have to do the last bit of this video on my laptop. Whoops. Okay, so I was showing you that we line up all of our pieces at the end, at the tip here, and you staple it together. So now, you're going to let them all kind of round out. Now, I do 6 pieces because I've tried doing 5, and it just doesn't seem to fill it out properly. So, I always staple each piece together in the middle part of their ends here. So this piece on this side, and this piece on that side. And then I'll staple those together. And just keep going around. So if you see what I mean, if you do 5, you can, but when you staple each of these pieces together, it'll pull on them and it'll kind of make it look a little bit distorted. So there you go, that's our snowflake. So you can hang that on your door, hang it on the wall, hang it on the Christmas tree, I don't know. It's a pretty cool thing. So it's really simple, a little bit time consuming, especially depending on how many maybe cuts you make into it or any changes you want to do. So if you saw the one that I posted on my Instagram last night, it was a 2-tone colored one. So what I did was I took a white sheet of paper and a blue sheet of paper, and I put them together before I folded them together. The only thing is, when you're taping all the pieces together, you want to tape the 2 pieces together as well. So it took me a little bit longer, but it turned out really nice, and that's hanging up on our door now. So there we have it. So doing crafts and doing creative things is really good for you. I like doing it because it gets me off the computer or watching TV, because sometimes I just feel like that's all I do. So it gets your brain working. It gets your fine motor skills developed and working. And it just it's really stimulating, and I find it really relaxing as well. Like I did when I was doing mine last night, I had my iTunes on, just playing some music and singing along to it and doing my craft, and it just made me feel a little bit more in touch with myself. So I really encourage you guys to get off your computer, get off your phones, turn off the TV, and try doing something creative. Try something that is going to make you feel fulfilled, something that you can be proud of doing, and something that just makes you feel good about yourself besides doing mindless things. So that's me for today, my very first tutorial / blog video ever. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, have a great day, and don't get hurt on Black Friday. See you later, guys.